A very good evening to you and a warm welcome to another edition of Breeding to Win. Well, spring has sprung and the summer racing season is around the corner. Last weekend, we witnessed a superb victory by the Sean Terry inmate Chimmy Chimmy Run, and he looks a decent sort, one to follow throughout the racing season. Right now though, let's take a look at what you can look forward to on tonight's show. Michelle Wing chats to the Breeding to Win sponsor, Morris V Sportsbet. My studio guest is Jurgens Raciniers from Unbreakable Sunglasses. Andrew Bond tracks down former champion jockey MJ Odendaal. We feature another one of John Freeman Stallions. And finally, we bring you the second insert of our new feature, The Foal of the Week.
Ici, la police qui va enlever l'Arc de Triomphe, 5e victoire dans la course pour Frankie Lettori.
Is storming home, one of the last possible gasp for the judge of Thriller.
What a finish to the Melbourne Cup. The Brave is under pressure when they turn in. It's been a relentless run cut. Who's going to be the last man standing?
Battling on two, then Wings of Eagles, Chris and Moa, Wings of Eagles swooping though, and Wings of Eagles gets up to win.
His 3,000th winner.
Vodacom Durban July.
Pouting Sansui Summer Cup.
Morris V Sportsbet is one of our new sponsors here on the Breeding to Win show. They are based in KwaZulu-Natal. Michelle Wing catches up with them to tell us more.
To all Durbanites and punters out there, if you are looking for both a vibrant and safe cash betting environment, then Morris V Sportsbets in Bayview, Chatsworth is the place to come. The team is experienced, knowledgeable and friendly, making for both a professional and welcoming environment. Melvin, what is it about Morris V Sportsbet that you like so much?
Well, firstly, when we get here, it's the atmosphere that you see around here. There's plenty of people, and the bettings are absolutely fantastic here, where we get a good price, our value for our money.
Morris V Sportsbet is one of the best in Chatsworth. We come here, this is like a family, we live here. Every day we are here, and whatever we want, we get it here. So there's no problem for us to run anywhere else besides Mr. Morris V.
We love them because we've always been paid on time, and they open from 7 in the morning right until the last international race. And we as sponsors, like when we're losing, we want to cover our money up, like, you know, so they give us a fair chance. And the staff is friendly. We've always get our stretches in time. If we ask for something on top of a stretch, Brad's always there to help us out, and it's like a family unit. We feel comfortable with this bookmaker here, you know.
We always come here because we get good odds, and Bradley's a thorough gentleman. When you've got a winning ticket, you always get your money up front, and you always get an EFT done. There's no hustle or bustle with regards to payments or whatever.
Morris V Sportsbet has been running some 46 years. It was first established back in 1972 by racing enthusiast and sports lover Maurice Vinnick. At that time, it was located in Field Street in the hustle and bustle of Durban. But in 1995, the decision was made to move it to a more accessible location just outside the heart of Durban. Maurice Vinnick was joined in the business by his son Bradley in 2002. Bradley brought with him a fresh mind, robust innovation, and a desire to offer exceptional customer service in the betting industry in South Africa.
Customer service is of high importance to us. Any customer that comes through into our shop and has any type of problem regarding a bet that they've taken or any query they have, We've always got someone that's got the time to help them through their bets, explain to them something that they don't understand. And from there, we try and put the customer at ease. We make sure we've got enough tellers at all times to serve customers. And we try and make our payouts as quick as possible. That's of high importance to us also, that a customer doesn't wait long to get paid out. Any suggestions that customers have, we welcome them, and we determine if we're able to then come through and take their suggestion up and offer them what they think would be beneficial to the punter.
Do you think this is something that sets you apart in the industry?
I think definitely, yes. When it comes to betting, we've often got customers coming and asking us for a better price, and then we all say, yes, we can go a better price, or else, no, we can't go a better price. And I think that flexibility that we offer goes a long way. And customers know that they can ask us for that. And otherwise, besides that, our friendliness and helpfulness also comes through very strong.
At Morris V Sportsbet, punters can enjoy over-the-counter cash and bank transaction betting. Bets start at a minimum of R5 in store and R1 online, and thousands of betting opportunities are on offer daily. Many bet types are offered on horse racing, lucky numbers, bet games, soccer, rugby, cricket and tennis, and much more. Morris V Sportsbets are proud to offer the best available prices on all contingencies and are happy to lay a sizable wager with personal customer care the key focus at all times. The Bayview facility offers a fully serviced bar next door, ample parking and extended trading hours. But for those preferring a more private betting experience, a call centre is manned by friendly and knowledgeable staff. It's open from 7 a.m. until the last international race daily. How important is telephone betting and what percentage of your business is it?
Our business is about 25% telephone betting. Customers, they trust us with their bets, and we assist them and go the extra mile to try and accommodate them the bets that they require.
Alternatively, the newly launched online betting platform www.morrisv.co.za puts the product in the hands of those wishing to bet in the comfort of their own homes.
I think there will definitely be a lot of growth in the online betting market. For us, we started our online about a year ago, and it constitutes a very small percentage of our overall turnover. Customers are pleased that they can go online and view our prices. Our horse racing has been growing quite steadily, whereas sport has been a bit on the slow side. We intend in the very near future to get in-play betting on sports, and we hope that our online business grows and customers will have will enjoy better software and a better service online, and that then brings in more revenue to our business.
Social responsibility initiatives within the local community is a priority for Morris V Sportsbet. Such initiatives include feeding schemes at the Bay Haven Senior Citizens Home, race sponsorship for Cheshire Homes, and support for the Highway Age and Chatsworth Community Care Centre. All this makes Morris V Sportsbet a Chatsworth destination. So come in and pay them and their friendly staff a visit.
Well, it's my pleasure to welcome another Breeding to Win sponsor to tonight's show, and it's Glorify Unbreakable Sunglasses. Jürgen is my studio guest. Jürgen, lovely to have you here representing Glorify.
Thank you, Julie. It's a privilege to be here.
Now, tell us a little bit about Unbreakable Sunglasses, because for me, it just sounds too good to be true.
No, absolutely. It all started off in Austria, where two gentlemen that actually at that stage owned a silicone-based cell phone cover company went skiing. And as they came down the slope, one of the gentlemen fell, and his sunglasses actually broke into his face, and he picked up a severe cut above his eyebrow due to his sunglasses actually exploding in his face.
Sure.
They had a cup of coffee afterwards, and they said, but can't we take a silicone-based product or material and implement it into sunglasses and to make it unbreakable? So the patent, the material and the fabric that we use in the frames as well as the lenses is called NBFX, non-breakable flex polymer. And what you'll find is that when it's hot, it will expand slightly, and when it gets cooler or colder, it will actually contract. So every time you take it off and your body heats it up, so it will become a little bit more flexible, and then as you put it down overnight, it cools down and it will return back to its original shape.
It's very interesting. How long have you been importing the product from Austria for?
It's been 2 years now, and they started with the product in 2004, and it is really a product with a unique benefit.
So just tell us a little bit more about these sunglasses, Jürgen, because they look like they're all different types, and obviously you said they started with the frame, and that I suppose was the easy part to make out of silicone.
Absolutely. If you look at a basic frame, this is 100% bendable, even the temples.
Sure.
And in the old days when you had a shatterproof ruler, it used to make a white line. And NBFX will never make a white line, and it will always return to its original shape. So you rightfully said, frames is the easy part. And there's a lot of companies out there that will claim that they've got a frame that's unbreakable. The key though is, how do you take a silicone and you inject it or make a lens out of it that you can actually see through? And if you look at this lens can actually bend.
Sure.
So this is not a sunglass, it's a system. The lens works with the frame, so the lens doesn't pop out and the lens won't break either.
So the whole sunglass literally is unbreakable, not even the lens?
Correct, the whole sunglass.
Now, are these specially made for certain people? I mean, do you have specialized sunglasses? Can you change the lenses to help, or is it just standard?
So there's three categories. The first category that we call out is sport.
Okay.
It's a little bit more sporty, and you can clearly see this is for the athlete, the trainer out there in the mornings, early in the mornings. You need the protection, so that is your sport range. Then we've got, like you're wearing, a sunglass range, which is more fashionable, it's funky, comes from European styling, European quality. This is another beautiful pair of sunglasses. And then, of course, they've got the RX or prescription.
Okay.
So this is what you can get prescription in. This is a female model, the Selene, and then the male unisex model, and I'm wearing a male model as well.
So very interesting. So how long, I mean, how much do these actually cost? So
it is a premium sunglass. Imported from Austria, as you've said, and it all retails for between 2,399 and 2,599 a pair.
So if any of our viewers or anybody out there is looking to actually buy a Glorify Unbreakable sunglass, I mean, how do they go about it? Obviously, other than importing it from Austria.
Absolutely, it's very simple. You just get hold of Grant Knowles. Him and his two reps have got samples and stock, and they will be able to help you immediately.
Jürgen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the time.
And thank you for my sunglasses. I must say, I'm very chuffed with my new sunglasses. Thank you.
It's a real pleasure.
Well, there we go. Thanks to Jürgen, representing Glorify Unbreakable Sunglasses, our sponsor here on the Breeding to Win show. John Freeman manages over a dozen stallions here in South Africa. Once again, we feature one of his stallions on tonight's show.
Singapore Sling careering away with the Classic Cup. Singapore Sling from Exalted and the Golden Age. Well, it's breeding season in South Africa, and Fee Ramsden has come up with a new concept here on the Breeding to Win show with Foal of the Week. MJ Odendaal, former South African champion jockey, has fought many battles in his life. The Breeding to Win team catches up with MJ to see what type of battle he's fighting lately.
In sport, it is often all too easy to forget the warriors who have stood tall and excelled at the highest level. And it's no different in our sport of thoroughbred horse racing. MJ Odendaal is one of those guys who may no longer be riding, but his gritty determination, passion, and incredible talent will never be forgotten. It is for this reason that we would like to extend our sincere thanks to Fred Krabbe for having seen fit to support MJ in his attempt to help young Michaela Oosthuizen in her fight to regain health from a debilitating kidney affliction. The community of Machadodorp rallied together with the SA Rodeo Association to show what they're all made of. We salute all who gave their time, money and commitment.
Ons rond en ons sien die skipping en ons sien waardeer en wat moet doen om hier te wees en ons dankie daarvoor. Ons dankie vir mense wat finansies gegee het, ons dankie vir mense wat energie, krag en tyd gegee het om hierdie dag suksesvol te maak. Dankie Vader dat ons almal hier kan wees en dat U almal beskerm het op die paaie en ons vra dit in Jesus se naam alleen. Amen.
Amen.
Wat 'n goeie dag en ek dink daar's baie geld geïn. Almal bring hulle kant en dis wonderlik om so iets te doen. Dit wys jou hierdie mense, baie keer sal mense hulle afkraak vir dieremishandeling en ek weet nie wat als nie, maar hulle probeer, hulle doen daarom iets. Ek sê 'n mens wat iets probeer is beter as 'n ou wat niks doen nie in die lewe nie. En hierdie man het vandag wat vir my baie verblydend hier was, so wat hoe trots hulle was. En hoe netjies hierdie mense, hierdie officials was, wat hier gewerk het in 'n professionele manier, baie streng, en het nie een ou geval of seer gekry, en ek het spesifiek daarvoor gekyk of van hierdie diere seer gekry het of wat, en hulle het alles professioneel gedoen. En dankie vir jou en vir Emmy, en dit is vir ons 'n eer om vir jou wat ek altyd daar op Terry Track sien, hier vandag vir my te staan. Dis net wonderlik vir my. Baie dankie.
It's so nice to have the community come together, and my sister actually are friends with Jeanette, and she shared it on our group, and then we decided as my three sisters, me, my other sister and Lexa, to have this radio in honor of Michaela, and so much love, and people just open their hearts, and people think that we are a little town, but we've got about 30 to 40 permanent horse riders. We've got a club, and we always come together, and we have days like this just for fun, and I utilize that to make this work, and we enjoy it.
You get a little SMS and it says, "Rodeo for an Angel." and it comes from MJ Odendaal. You can't help yourself get involved, and we're very pleased that we've come out here to see the warmth of this community. It must be very heartwarming for you during these very testing times.
Yes, it's awesome. We didn't expect such a turnout, and we have an awesome community here. We didn't expect so many people to stand by us. It's wonderful.
Now, one of our Teletrack presenters, Nico Kritsiotis, waited for a long time for a kidney, and it's changed his life. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Is there light on the horizon for you?
Yes, there is. It's quite a wait. My husband was tested. He cannot live with one kidney, so he cannot give his kidney. His brother's been tested now. It's in the first stages. We have to go further. He's a possible donor, and she's also made the top 50 of the donor transplant list. So that means I walk with my phone everywhere, and we can get a call anytime.
This is good, wholesome, old-fashioned entertainment for the love of the horse.
Exactly, that's why we do it. We want to keep this living so that the children can learn and see that there's something else outside, outdoors to be done, and not all the time in front of the computers. What is necessary, but it's as necessary to get out and practice the sports outside. Yeah.
Now, maybe you haven't had too much to do with young Michaela, but having spoken to her mother, they seem like an incredibly positive family.
And so normal and so natural. It doesn't look like Michaela is affected by this illness she's got. And that's good. That's how it's supposed to be. Just to see that someone in her position can enjoy everything here as much as the other children, marvelous.
What I like about it is a 5-year-old kid to a legend like Wim Obas, who is 65. Still beat the youngsters. You know, that is amazing. I mean, how cool would it be if South Africa get a good sponsorship, take Wim Obas and a couple of our top guys overseas? Wim Obas will be riding seniors over 65. Obviously, with the horse sickness and stuff, we can't take horses. We'd have to have a sponsor to hire horses. You saw him ride today. If he gets a quarter horse from America and he does barrel racing, I'd have a flatter on him, you know what I mean? He's my master. He taught me from a kid. I rode bush racing for him. 3 days before I went to the academy, I had 5 rides. 4 of them won, 1 run second. He's an absolute legend. This is why I'm here. I want to promote the sport. Let's get some sponsorships, and let's get to a point where the people that are good enough, let's compete overseas.
The most important reason that we're here today is to create an awareness and to raise money for Michaela Oosthuizen. It's a hell of a event, and I've spoken to her mother, Jeanette, and it's really nice to see the strength in this little girl with so much love around her.
Yeah, you know, I think the name Rodeo for an Angel was absolutely beautiful. All the money that was collected today would obviously go to help her and to cure her, which is amazing. You know, you get guys that are riding bulls, and it's a dangerous sport. They did it for a cause. If we can take this one step further, we can always do it for a cause. Whatever, for the horse care unit, there can always be a cause at it. But as you saw here today, the people all stood together for Michaela. And it gives me goosebumps to think that these amount of people come here, they pay the entrance fees, all the money goes to her, and there's a great saying, gratitude gives you the most energy that you can receive. This is Rikus, and hopefully one of the bull riders that's going to represent us in 2 years in America. I'll let it over to him.
Thank you, Em. Well, Rikus, I've seen something that kind of blew my mind, because the awesome power of these bulls, and you're not a big man, but you're obviously very, very pound for pound strong, able to bob and weave, and it was a fantastic display. Very well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's got a lot to do with power to mass ratio, and I'll say the balance is about 80%. Yeah, I've done it for a few years, but there's a few new guys coming in. the body is a bit sore now, but it was a good day.
And obviously nothing can prepare you for the moves that bull is going to make. But I saw when you were warming up, you were trying to anticipate exactly how he's going to move. You must know that particular bull quite well.
It's the last bull I rode was Zulu. I've sat him a few times. One of our top ranked bulls. You can prepare a bit, but every time, even if you ride the same bull, he's not the same every time. So you have a bit to study him if you know him, but every time it's a different ride.
It's a great experience for me to come to this rodeo for an angel for the first time, and I think you play a very important role in terms of the safety of the rider and to make sure nothing ugly happens to the rider if the bull gets him off, which inevitably he does. How did you become this important role, which they call a clown?
Well, I was a rider myself, and that was a big gap that I saw in the game. And when I decided, well, I'm too old to ride, I got myself involved in the clowning, and I take up a big space, and I give the riders a bit more confidence to sit the bulls, to take it through, and obviously, no, their safety is priority. So if I take one for the team, it's also fine.
So, in other words, clown is actually a bit of a misnomer, because you are probably the most serious man on the field. Because if something happens to that rider and he is injured when the bull gets him off, you have to get him out the way and you have to attract the attention of the bull. Is that the way it works?
Yes, the idea is to sort of save the rider, so that if he makes it to the next round, then he's in his best ability to ride it, and he doesn't have to look after bumps and bruises and stuff like that they need to look after. Then he's in his best. Same with the bulls. So with the short go round that you'll see up next, the best bulls goes up against the best riders. So the plan is, the goal is to have your bulls in top shape and to have your riders in top shape. So my game basically is to take one for the riders so that they can just be ready for the next game.
Everybody has to earn a living, and we know that you've been involved in horses for many years, but it goes further than that. Your family are involved in the manufacture of saddles and leather goods for this incredible Western sport. Tell us about that.
Well, we manufacture saddles. My father started it in 1979. Trail saddles, and we're very focused in the endurance market. We've got a lot of endurance saddles. 60% of the riders that rides at the national championships in Forest Smith every year, they use our saddles. So that's basically my bread and butter, keeping that going. And this is just a hobby. I like what I do, and it keeps me busy.
And finally, the cause today is a very, very noble cause. A young girl who's got a dire need for medical assistance with her kidneys. Young Michaela Oosthuizen, I believe it is, and you must be very proud to be part of this.
Yes, no, well, the fact that they asked us to come and hold the rodeo here, for specifically an occasion like this, it looks good. People here are enjoying it, and we're giving the crowd the entertainment that they want, and they will give them a run for their money, and hopefully it works for her. No, it's the best we can do.
So once again, the interaction of human being, horse, cow, is going to hopefully bring some new kidneys to young Michaela.
Please, we would like all the support. There was a huge turnout here. That was a great effort. I'm sure everybody that worked on this event here give them the utmost admiration to do this for poor Michaela. So that was the main thing, to achieve this. And with our sport here, I think it was a big success for us for the whole day.
Now, just one final thing. There's a possibility that we might be able to get a very nice sponsor. This is quite a solid mining area, is it not?
It is. It's a bit in the outskirts. People tend to drive just past Mashadadop. It's a small little place. This is a mining community. We would like to get it more to civilization, and people don't understand our sport. They haven't seen the sport in South Africa, so we want to achieve it so we can focus on bigger events, bigger crowds, bigger support, bigger sponsors for everybody here. And so one day we can have our own team and go to the USA or Brazil or Japan or wherever in the world, so we can say, listen, this is our team. We achieved this sport. We want to give you a go.
one.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. On behalf of myself, Julie Alexander, and the rest of the Breeding to Win team, good night.